Made in China. You know this label. Your sweaty t-shirt knows, your socks that are full of holes know, and perhaps even your toilet paper knows too. What a haunting label that follows you everywhere.
I am made in China, therefore I will haunt you forever and ever. Well, people tend to associate made in China with cheap, low-quality products. The Beijing-raised electronic music producer and DJ Howie Lee, however, aspired to embrace the label made in China by creating electronic music with Chinese elements.
Howie Lee, who studied some arts in London, often uses traditional Chinese instruments like guzheng and pipa and Chinese pop culture samples into UK-originated drum and bass and dubstep. Both Howie Lee's album 天地不仁 from 2019 and his newest album 鸟岛 Birdie Island investigates the relationship between social world and natural world, seeking comfort in Taoism and expressing his awe of nature.
So, you got half of the vibes like being in a kind of underground techno club in London, and you got the other half of the vibes like being in an idyllic, peaceful, beautiful Birdie Island. I'm down for that, personally.
Chengdu, the capital of Sichuan province in southwest China, has been having a vibrant music scene in recent years, especially hip-hop, techno, and dance. Chengdu has also been described as a gay capital with its LGBT community.
秘密行动 Stolen, a techno-rock band from Chengdu, is a rising star of the Chengdu music scene. Stolen's music is dark and sensual, drawing influences from Kraftwerk and the industrial darkness of Nine Inch Nails. The vocalist Liang Yi's singing is really contagious, slightly self-indulgent, accompanied by powerful rhythm.
In 2018, Stolen released the album Fragment, which was produced by Mark Reeder and recorded in Berlin. It's not surprising that one of their songs is actually named as Why We Choose to Die in Berlin. In October 2019, Stolen opened for New Order for their European tour. New Order invited Stolen again for their Japan tour in 2020, which was later cancelled due to COVID-19.
While Howie Lee combines Chinese folk elements with electronic music, JaJaTao, a grunge sludge-metal band, who are also from Beijing, combine Chinese folk elements with rock.
In 2016, JaJaTao released the debut album 时代在召唤 The Rites of Spring, which was produced by Sean Slade, who has also produced Radiohead's debut album Pablo Honey. As a young band, JaJaTao had the infectious vitality, but also contained big narrative. Liu Yucao, the frontman of JaJaTao, considered JaJaTao as his research project on music. He studied music at Berklee College of Music, where he was frustrated that Japanese traditional music being mentioned more often than Chinese traditional music. One day, Liu Yucao saw a Chinese senile playing Suona, a form of Chinese Suona, and felt inspired by it. Liu Yucao said, I feel like I had always been deceived by rock and roll. I only focused on the format of rock and roll before, but not its spirit. Music comes from life, the common people. Rock and roll has blues roots in poverty. I used to consider Chinese folk music as unrefined.
Suona is an instrument with a piercing high-pitched sound, and it's used both at weddings and funerals in China. In the case of JaJaTao, Suona certainly feels more stern and gloomy. Some people even jokingly describe their music as funeral rock. JaJaTao also share the theme with grunge of angst, self-doubt, and alienation.
Although JaJaTao is not the first or only musical act that combined Chinese folk elements with rock, Cui JIan, the father of Chinese rock, has done many attempts before. Xie Tianxiao, who famously combined reggae with Chinese folk. 二手玫瑰, Second-hand Ros, who combined a northeastern Chinese form of folk dance, 二人转, with rock. Since Cui JIan's breaking performance at Beijing Workers' Stadium in 1986 to 2021 this year, there is no doubt that Chinese rock music has progressed a lot. In general, a far more mature commercial market and standardized industry. For example, when I was a kid, most people were listening to music through illegal downloads or pirate CDs. Nowadays, that option simply is not easily accessible anymore. Also, more music venues, more festivals, more audience, etc. According to International Federation of the Phonographic Industry, China is the 7th largest recorded music market in the world in 2020. Back in 2012, China only ranks the 20th. It is estimated that Chinese digital music industry is worth $24 billion in 2022.
Even though this video seems rather specific in terms of topic, like rock music in China, but I personally do not really want to or prefer to put too much ideology, content, or point of view into it. I think that might be kind of unrealistic or taking a huge part away from the topic. I got this feeling that a lot of people not only do they not know about modern Chinese culture, but also not interested in it, and or even like automatically seeing that it's uncool. And it's not only that people outside of China who think that way. Actually, a lot of Chinese people think that like contemporary, like more modern part of Chinese culture as uncool. And obviously, it's just one step of notion in the long term of history. I'm pretty sure that will change in the future. From Robert Johnson lamenting about homesick in 1936, to Chuck Berry chirping about a girl he had a crush on in 1955, to Wu Tiaoren, the Chinese folk duo, depicting the life of Canton folklore in 2021. Rock music is fluid and a product of constant mingling. It isn't a definite notion of being dangerous or reckless or hippie-like idealism or unproductive indulgence or impulsive uprising. Nor is it really limited to race, nationality, or the birth of origin. Music can present a landscape that is originally from life, a landscape somewhat hidden from us, where we can't quite able to formulate in words, and multiply the emotions of the landscape through the sounds of guitars and percussion. Music can also enrich our imagination by listening to the inner words of his, hers, theirs, and ultimately a reflection of ours. Music is the opener to our hearts. Maybe in the future, there will be a popular genre that is based in China, just like how the term city pop took place in Japan in 1980s, a style that is a mix of disco, rock, funk, jazz, with Latin, Caribbean, Polynesian, and local Japanese flavors. It is undoubtedly a product of mingling, but still uniquely Japan. Okay, I'm not gonna go too long here. Let's see what happens. It'll be a very interesting road, I think. Alright, thank you. Okay, so that's the end of the video and the whole Chinese rock music series. I actually wrote everything like back in March, and now it's July right now. I think that's the kind of effect life has on you. It wasn't like part of the original project that I am trying to make. I was trying to list like 10 bands from China, and the result definitely turned out much longer than I expected, and it also turned out to be more research heavy than I was trying to make initially. Anyway, that's how it turns out eventually. I had fun making it, I really did. And the next video wouldn't be too research heavy, and it'll be more light-hearted. By the way, if you know if you have some good Chinese music acts that you like, feel free to comment down below. And if you like this video, like and subscribe. I wouldn't mind that, obviously. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna turn on the AC finally, so just, yeah, I'm sweaty. Okay, that's it. See you, bye bye.